It's Transformers96 here with another review, this time of the G.I. Joe Retaliation movie Firefly. So there you go. This is from Series 2, and Series 2 is coming out in Walmarts right now. I went to a whole bunch of Walmart, Targets, and Toys R Us's, and the only places that carried it were Walmart, and only a few of the Walmarts that I went to carried it, so this is just starting to come out, so if you want to go get some, you might have to search a little bit. I picked up this guy because just that morning I watched FX Franz's goodie haul, and he had a bunch of G.I. Joe stuff, and he said that Firefly was apparently a very popular character, so a lot of them were being picked up, so this was actually a rare figure, so I did pick it up for that reason, because I don't know who the characters are. I'm not a huge G.I. Joe fan, but yeah, so just go over the box, same style box as we saw from the first wave. We got him up there, got the Rock and Snake Eyes there, Firefly, he's a Cobra. I really like how they put the emblem right there, so you can see if he's a Cobra or not, because, you know, not hardcore fans like myself, I have no idea, so it's nice to see. And then, of course, it shows the features. Small bio. Yeah, I'm not loving these bios up here, because I do read them, because I don't know anything about these characters, so I do read them, and it just, I don't know. It's not very interesting. But some others in the wave, they did an updated Roadblock. This guy, I saw Flint many times, didn't pick him up. I saw this one once, so yeah. So let's get him out of this and go over the figure. Alright, so now to go over the figure itself. As you can see, it looks pretty nice. Of course, during this review, I don't know much about G.I. Joe, so excuse my ignorance when it comes to accuracy to the character or the character in the movie, because I have no idea. I'm going to see the movie for sure, but that doesn't come out for like 20 days, so yeah. So as you can see here, just first of all, going over the face. Focus, there we go. So the face sculpt is actually pretty neat. I think it looks cool. I'm not quite sure who's playing, but he does have some scars and everything. He looks very nice. I do really like the face sculpt. It's detailed pretty well. Sorry. When you go into the body and everything, of course, he's got kind of like a camouflage thing going on. He's got a little red Cobra symbol, which is there, which is really nice. I do like the collar. You've got the little, it looks like it's unbuttoned and everything, which is cool. The arm is nice. I love this this Cobra symbol. It looks awesome. He does have a clear arm, and that is for that's supposed to be for using the blast board, which I'll show you when I go over the blast board. As you can see, it is pretty nice. He's got a clear thumb and then a black glove. And this is not noticeable. Like, you'd think that a toy with a clear arm would be super noticeable. I didn't even notice it until, like, I had the figure out of the package for a while, looked on the back, and then saw that it had clear lights. I was like, oh, really? And I looked and I'm like, oh, that is see-through. So this is not noticeable at all. So if you don't, like the gimmick and you just want a regular figure, you won't notice it at all, which is pretty nice. Keep going down. He's got a nice kind of like, almost like army pants. I like the knee pads a lot. And then the shoes and everything are pretty nicely done. As far as articulation, he's got a ball jointed head, which is cool. Ball hinged shoulders, hinged elbows, swivel wrist. Oh, he doesn't have a swivel wrist. That is because of the gimmick though, so yeah. He's got a ball jointed upper torso, ball jointed hips, just hinged knees, and no ankle. Unfortunately, he is on the lower end of articulation for these guys. It's still good articulation. It's not Iron Man 3, I can tell you that, but it still isn't perfect articulation, but it's good. It's good enough for sure, and so I'm good with that. As far as his accessory, oh, also one thing, he kind of like is like hunched over all the time, like with his ball joint all the way back. So just having the joint all the way back, he's like all hunched over. It's kind of weird looking. I don't know if that's accurate. That might be completely accurate. But, like I said, I don't know. As far as accessories, he does come with a just little pistol. There you go. So you do get a pistol that he comes with. And he does have a trigger finger, so he can hold it by the trigger, which is nice. And then, of course, he has a holster that is removable for it. He's got another larger holster that is removable that has a larger gun. As you can see, looks pretty nice, and he can hold that with his other hand. And then he does come with a separate head sculpt. You just need to pop this head off. It's just on a little ball joint there, and then just pop this one on. I forgot, it's hard to pop on. There we go. So yeah, so now that you have the little kind of ninja-like mask on to hide his identity or whatever. It's pretty cool, but the face sculpt, the regular face sculpt is just really nicely done, so I don't see a lot of people actually using this because it does cover up the head sculpt that is pretty nice, and I do actually really like it. So yeah, so overall, a pretty nice figure itself, and but what's pretty cool is he has a whole, you know, blast board. I mean, a whole, like, typically, you know, you get like a whole vehicle pack to get something like this, and then they just give it to you in a regular pack, which is really incredible. So let's go over that now. So here's Firefly riding the blast board, as the box calls it. As you can see, it's pretty neat. It's just, you know, it's long, like laying down kind of board. I'll go over it without him on it in a second. But it has a couple features, just to go over those first. The first feature, as you can see, you have a little bomb down there. You press the button, and it rolls out. Kind of a fun gimmick. I wish that it was on more of a slant, because you really had to push down hard to get it just to come out just a little bit. Overall, it's not, you know, fantastic, but hey, it's an interesting gimmick. The one thing I will say, if you look on this bomb, as you can see, there are some nice detail. I mean, it is a decently detailed little accessory, but it's all just clear yellow plastic. What I would have absolutely loved is to have this. Have it with the middle being the yellow and then the sides being the gray. That would have looked a lot better than just the whole thing being gray. But gotta cut some things, I guess, from Hasbro. So yeah, so unfortunately. The other gimmick it has is when you press this back button, these light up, and in turn it's supposed to light this clear arm. Supposed to light that up as well. Let me just shut off the main source of the lights, and then try it, see if you can see it. Oh, you can't even see that, can you? Let me shut off the whole lights. There you go. So this is in pretty much complete darkness. As you can see, the lights are actually really cool. Pushing his arm all the way down, I mean, there is just no light that's getting into his arm. So the gimmick that they were going for doesn't work whatsoever, unfortunately. But this is actually pretty neat. I think that it's a nice little light up feature. I wasn't expecting the light up feature at all, so to see one like this that's so easy to operate and everything is extremely cool. I think kids are gonna have fun with a little light up you know, scooter or whatever. So overall, I thought that that was a really cool idea, and really happy that they did it. So yeah. But in a lot of light, you can't even tell if you turn it on, so it does have to be quite dark, as you just saw. But as far as the scooter itself, it's got some nice detail. I really like this. I mean, I was just impressed to see that, he came with this just huge scooter. The G.I. Joe line is definitely the best line of toys if you want good accessories. I'm not a G.I. Joe fan whatsoever, and the toys are just so good that I buy them, even though I don't like G.I. Joe. So yeah, so really nicely done. I think the scooter's nice. Of course, it's got one wheel in the back, two wheels in front. It rolls. It doesn't roll fantastically. It looks like it's scraping just a little bit. So, you know, a little bit more clearance would have been nice, but it's not a big deal because, you know, he rides it fine and everything. So, so overall, the blast board is very cool. So overall, this is an extremely nicely done pack. I really do like the original figure. It's very nice. Nothing like super special, but I do really like the face sculpt. He does come with a decent amount of weapons, and sculpting is all pretty nice on him. Lower end of articulation for G.I. Joe, but not bad. It's completely understandable. The board accessory is really impressive, that they can give you a whole accessory that equals the more plastic than the actual figure is really crazy, and it's very impressive as well. So I do really like this. I highly recommend this for Cobra fans, especially fans of G.I. Joe Retaliation, the Firefly. Overall, it's a nice pack, and it's pretty nicely done. So there you go. That's my review on the G.I. Joe Retaliation Firefly figure. Thanks for watching.